Hey guys, Pedro here to do an album review, and today I'm going to be talking about a band from Finland called Serpico. They released a brand new album called Rock Tattoo on March 9th, and this to me was a good way to be introduced to this band because I didn't know about this band until I started listening to the album, and I really didn't know what to expect. I knew they were a hard rock band from Finland, and those two things piqued my curiosity, and I really wanted to check them out and see what they're all about. So this album has 12 songs, 56 minutes in length. So for those of you that watch my reviews, you know that the 12 song mark, it's within my parameters. 56 minutes is a little bit longer than what I would like. I think this album could have been 6 minutes shorter, if you will. But overall, it's not bad. I didn't mind. It was an easy listen. And it was a different kind of album. It was not the kind of album that I was expecting, to be honest with you, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it was different. The things that I took from this album as I'm listening to it is I found the album had a lot of different influences from bands that I grew up listening to. Bands like Scorpions, like Guns N' Roses, like Extreme. So I found that from song to song, you could almost feel the bands that have influenced this band into making music, because those influences really come strong in this album. It also feels a lot like the sound of Steel Panther, which Steel Panther is also kind of a throwback band to those days. So these guys kind of fall in line. These guys would be probably the Steel Panther of Finland, if you will, if that makes it easier for you to understand where I'm coming from. I feel like the album overall has a much of a party vibe to it. I think this is a great album if you're having people over that are not into heavy metal or death metal or really the heavier stuff, but you still want to have that rock vibe playing in the background. You still want to have that cool soundtrack to your house party. You still want to have something that people can really enjoy and still have a conversation. I think this album is the perfect album to pop in for that kind of situation. It really lends itself to a party atmosphere due to the lyrics, due to the guitar riffs, due to the vocals. So I really think this album falls under that late 80s throwback vibe of hard rock and roll, but more with a party atmosphere to it, or almost glam metal, if you will, to a certain point. So it's really within those lines. Now, the overall picture of the album for me, there's a couple of things I have to take from this album. I'm going to mention three things that I think are important to be mentioned as far as the overall construction of the album. The first of all is the vocals. I really enjoy the vocals. I thought they were very unique. He has a very unique voice. The lead singer has a very unique voice, but at certain times in certain songs, in certain specific moments, he's able to hit a little bit of a higher note, and that kind of gives a little different vibe and texture to those songs. And I think that's really cool that he has a very mellowed out voice, but with a very specific tone to his voice. It's very different, but very unique, very cool, and he's able to hit those high notes. I really like that. So his vocals throughout the whole album was one of those things that I really wanted to mention because they were very, very good throughout the whole album. The other two aspects, they're kind of combined with each other because they're guitar related. The guitar riffs in this album are absolutely badass. This is like a pure rock and roll guitar riffs. Like it really it's drenched in that old school vibe. Even later than the 80s, of the 70s, like the old school rock and roll guitar riffs, super fast, super crafty, super cool, super groovy. I really like that, and that's like throughout the whole album. You're bombarded with that kind of riffage, if you will. Then the third aspect, which I said it's in line with the second one, is the guitar solos. The guitar solos in this album are super cool. Really well done, really crafted, not extremely long. Some of them are kind of short, but really well put together, really well crafted, really beautiful. And they really come at the right times in the songs. And in some songs, you get multiple guitar solos. So I really like that kind of stuff. Like I said, it's more of a throwback feel to it. A lot of new bands don't use that kind of stuff anymore, and I really like it. I don't need a 1 minute long solo or like super long solos. I don't mind shorter solos, and some songs longer solos in another. The solo really has to be a companion to that song, and it really has to fit into that song and deliver the message that the song wants to deliver. So I really feel like they've achieved that in this album by really creating cool solos, really crafty, man. I really enjoy listening to the guitar solos. I would like to listen to an album just from the guitar perspective, because the guitar work in this album to me is really incredible and really needs to be mentioned. I think sometimes things like that get not noticed enough, and the guitar work in this album to me is something that I feel like it has to be said. It's really good. Now, as far as my favorite tracks are concerned, out of those 12 tracks, I have to mention Lightning Thunder Baby. That's one of those songs that has a little bit of faster tempos with matching cool guitar riffs that really lend itself to a much faster and catchy song, almost like a party song like I mentioned before. This would be it, and the lyrics really match that kind of thing, and you can tell by the name of the song, Lightning Thunder Baby, that, you know, it's about girls and it's about females and this and that. So the whole vibe of the song is it has a very party atmosphere with it, like I said, with the super killer riffs and faster tempos. The vocals in this song are super cool. The solo is really well executed as well. Then another song that I have to mention is Let It Burn. It's the last song of the album, and it's your typical rock ballad. I really find that this song was a really good way to end off the album. I wasn't really sure where they were going to go, because every song in the album kind of gives you a different inspiration. It gives you something different musically and lyrically, and I wasn't sure exactly where they were going to go in terms of how you're going to finish off the album. So they went on and they finished off the album with a ballad, which I thought that this is the song. Okay guys, bear with me here. If you're with your loved one and you're looking to score, this is the song you're gonna play, all right? This song has lovemaking written all over it. Not necessarily from the lyrics perspective, but from the way that the ballad is executed, from the way the guitar playing is in that song. The melodies of the guitar are absolutely incredible. It really puts you in that zone. The vocal performance in this song is probably one of the best of the album as well. So I think the combination of the super cool guitar melodies, the ballad, that it leads itself to an incredible ballad with those vocals, all of these things put together, you have a very good ballad. You have a song that you can play when you really want to get frisky. I think this is a song for you. I really enjoyed this song. Now, the song that I enjoyed the most in the album is Shout. Second song on the record. What a high octane, high tempo energy song. This was like a kick in the door and just freaking let it all out and just let it rip. It's such a high octane song, such fast tempos, super catchy chorus. This song has perhaps one of the catchiest chorus and hooks in the whole album. It also has some of the cooler solos that this album has to offer. So I really like those components. I like the super fast tempo. There's a little bit more of a mellowed out tempo towards the end of the song, but as soon as that mellowed out part finishes, it kicks in with a cool guitar solo right after that just brings the energy right back. So this song really combines that super fast tempos with super cool guitar riffs, incredible solos, 2 of them. But the second one, really after that more mellowed out part to kick in with that solo, it just brings everything back to that fast gear. That this song is really a high octane song. This is one of those driving songs, if you will. If you're on the road and you're driving and you want to listen to a song that really gonna get you going, or even if you're going to work out or something, it's just a song that has so much energy and such a high octane song. I really enjoyed it. It's my favorite song of the album. I had no doubts when I was listening to the album after I finished which was my favorite song, and this one by far is my favorite song of the album. Now, that's it for me for now, but I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys know about the band Serpico? Have you heard Rock Tattoo, their brand new album? Please let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on this Finnish hard rock band. I really would like to hear what you have to say about them. Let me know below, and come back tomorrow for more videos. See you guys.